Greetings, I'm Jim of the YouTube channel JB Wonders, and in today's video my 18-year-old son and I are driving from Krungthep Mahanakhon, aka Bangkok, the Big Mango, the Big Cock, City of Angels, BKK, Bangkok, to our absolute favourite town here in the country of Thailand. It's a town that sits in what is also our favourite province in the country of Thailand. The town itself sits 160 kilometres southwest of Bangkok, and you can arrive rather conveniently by motorway or by train. However, I always like to go the slow way, taking a few sights on the way, and I like to sneak in the back door of the province, so to speak, driving across the salt flats to the beaches before driving over the fields to the town itself. Pretty soon after making the turn, you arrive in a totally different world to Bangkok or the motorway. Phetburi province has got everything in abundance, commencing here at the mangroves. You can get boat trips to see bride's whales or fireflies at night time. And this is Bang Taboon Bay, mussel and oyster farms galore, and it's just off this estuary into the mainland Phet, into the main river that goes through Phetburi, that we find the most delicious buhin stone crabs. But actually, that's not what the locals call them. The locals call them, and I've forgotten what the name is in Thai, but it means mute crabs. Crabs that don't speak, because the other crabs in the area kind of go, and these stone crabs don't. Anyway, they're delicious. It was actually right here that I tried for the only time in my life soft shell prawns. Sounds strange, but I'll tell you what, they are delicious. The next thing in abundance here in the province of Phetburi is salt. That's right, salt. And it's been farmed here for millennia, since at least early Ayutthaya times.
And by the way, it's about 35 degrees.
Lighten up, take me on your magic river. Tell me all your dreams align. Sign me up and tell me about the people that you know who are trying to feel alive. Life can get hard, so honey, if you need to cry, come share my pillow and rain, rain, go away. I wanna hear about everything you're ever thinking. You know that I can take time is on our side. Things are gonna haunt us, we just have to put aside. And I'm right here if you just need to cry. Come love, share my pillow and rain, rain, go away. Since you fixed me, I'll never forget your tight light.
Also in abundance, as you may imagine, is seafood. Pretty much at the end of every beach and every few kilometres there's an inlet. At every inlet there's a fishing community or a fishing village, so to speak. So the seafood along this coast is beautiful, fresh and lovely.
Always go for the local spots, local seafood spots, they're the best.
This place, or this coast, is called Hat Chao Samran, Royal Leisure Beach. And I love this place, but you know what? I'm not the only person who's felt this way about Hat Chao Samran. It elicits very strong feelings of love and it draws people back, such as the legendary King Narasan the Great, King of Ayutthaya and Overlord of Lanna, and his brother came to stay for a few days in the late 1500s. They loved it so much they stayed for a few months.
It's my first ever favourite place in Thailand, this whole coastline of Hat Chao Samran. I actually got married here as well. 20 something years ago, mate. Wow. This is all new. Fancy. But all the old restaurants still seem to be here, which is great. So bonus for me. There's a few like this we used to go to, local spots, and there's another one like an army R&R spot as well. Cheap and cheerful. Actually, they're not that cheap, but the seafood is fresh, large and abundant.
Bosh. Mate, this place is incredible because it's understated as usual, isn't it? Local spot. If you look at the food and the quality of the food, it's like you're in a fine dining restaurant, right? Yeah. But local, love it. Crab fried rice, squid with garlic, prawn with garlic, yum talay. Incredible. Look at that, mate. Is it one? Oh, it's one with hair in, isn't it? Is it?
Not sure.
Yeah. I don't know if it's that. Is that hair or not? Can you see?
I think it's just a mushroom.
No, it's not the hair. I don't like it. Oh, nice bit of spice in that, mate. Yeah, love. Nothing better than that, is there? Seafood lunch. Right. Incredible. With abundant seafood comes abundant beaches. Not just abundant beaches, but absolutely deserted slices of paradise. Sure, after storms you get a fair amount of flotsam and jetsam, but it's very natural on a beach. I could show you one of about a dozen beaches along here, the main one being Hat Chao Samran, where I got married, but first we're going to stop here at Moon Bay.
Another favourite old spot from 25 years ago. for me, if I can park my car, I should show you all the scratches actually. Oh, I can't be bothered right now. There's loads though from that collapsed roof. Anyway, good spot, isn't it, mate?
Yeah.
And got to stretch the legs, so always a good way to do it on the beach. Look. Oh, there's a place with a pool there. Little private beach here. Mate, I'm pretty sure we looked at these houses 25 years ago, maybe not that one, and thought that it was a good place to build. These places never end up getting developed. You can build something and 30 years later it's still like this. Flotsam and jetsam. Peace and quiet. You're getting the same view as that fancy resort there. I mean, back in the day, the only real place of note here was the Fisherman's Resort. It was always a little bit more pricey, but a lovely spot to stay. Now, there's a plethora of resorts, but it still retains its local charm. This is what we do. We walk empty beaches, don't we, son?
Yeah.
Jake, Buster 16, mate. Oh, this guy's got bars. I actually met this guy at Lord of the Mics in South London. Do you remember when we met there in Brixton in the fridge, mate? It was good, wasn't it? Bust some bars, son. Go on.
Nope.
If he was still 8, he would have given you some bars there, mate. Okay, so that's a moon, not a banana, Jake.
Yeah.
We thought this was a banana. It's not. It's called Moon Bay. Man, if I had ended up building one of those houses over there, I'd be happy. 25 years later, it still looks like this. Moon Bay. It's a thing now because they got the sign and everything, but even so, beautiful. Bit of stand-up paddleboarding in here, I think, next time we come. Somebody's little fishing device, little tying onto. They've got these breaking walls, or the break walls, all the way along this coast for miles and miles and miles and miles, which protects the coastline. It's done a great job. You can see the fishermen coming out there, look.
This place was at its absolute peak during Rama VI's reign. In 1917, Rama VI had been suffering from ill health. Therefore, his doctor suggested he spend time in a warm and airy seaside climate, which was often the advice back then in Victorian and Edwardian times. He thus commanded the Royal Navy to search for appropriate sites. The beach at Bang Tulu was the first choice, and the palace was built from 1917 to 1918. The new king stayed at the beach every summer from 1918 to 1923 and absolutely loved the place. However, there were a few problems. He also permitted the training of the Phetchaburi Wild Tiger Corps inside the compound. Its intention was to maintain civil order. Why was the palace moved if he loved it so much? Number 2, Phetchaburi town is only 15 kilometres away, but after arriving there by train it took 5 hours to get here to the beach. And number 3, there was an adjacent fishing village, and this was an ever-present nuisance. Therefore they relocated the palace to Chaam, as it's close to the train station and has an abundant water source. So the Golden Teak Palace was dismantled and rebuilt in Chaam as Maruk Hat Chao Palace. You know, that palace on stilts. If you've ever been down to Hua Hin or Chatham, you must go and visit the place. It's wonderful. It was built in such a way between Rama VI and an Italian architect to never require aircon, because it was designed to go hand in hand with the sea breezes. It's a wonderful place.
And this, my friends, is a typical Thai beach. Rugged, flotsam and jetsam, And those of you who think that Thais don't like the beach, think again, mate. There are Thai resorts and Thai beach towns all over this country, from Bang Sen to Galkalok to here at Hat Chao Samran, Buk Dian, all the way down. I got married here in the police, well, he's long since passed on, but he was the police general, the top banana of this area. Let's see if his house is still here. Yeah, 25 years ago, this was the original spot for me until we started going further and further south. But this was the one, because the missus is from Phetchaburi, just inland from here. This is the beach of Phetchaburi town. Hat Chao Samran. Look, that's the room me and Mummy stayed on wedding night, look. Wow, yeah, found it. This, my friends, is where I got married. Huh. 2003. We're going to get married a lot earlier, but yeah, 2003, look. So, let me show you. We had the wedding in the garden and the big house back there, look. And then this place here was mine and Ning's room for the night. And that's where the... Wow, it looks exactly the same, man. That's where I did my little speech on the terrace up there. Huh. This is where my mate Jerome was off his nut. I won't say what on, but that's what, he was off his nut and fell asleep right there. Wow. I got married right here in this house. That's mad. Jake.
Wait.
Oh, Jake's just met these. I forgot to warn him about these. There's big thorns in these creepers, mate. Yeah?
I know, they've got me.
Yeah. Dude, that's where your mum and dad got married. That was the police general's house. Police Inspector General. Brilliant. There's probably someone living in there now thinking what we're doing. Anyway, that's where we got married. We were in there for 2 or 3 nights. And that was the front there. Yeah. Wow. The house where we got married, Sam. What do you think about that?
Really cool. Nice.
I think the sun's beating us today.
Yeah, it's so hot.
It's too hot, mate. Back to the car. Hello. 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 The reason I brought you guys here, just briefly, I want to tell you a real quick story. It's saying about 1999 or 2000, on this very beach here, we met an old Swiss guy, an old Swiss-French guy. I see a big dog over there, look, I see his ears. Anyway, there was a Swiss-French guy, and we met him here in about 1999, and every single day he used to walk up and down this beach, for decades actually, clearing the rubbish. He did it every day. And when we came back in about, my goodness me, 2010, careful of that dog, mate, really didn't expect to see him around. And there he was all of a sudden. He was still here, he must have been in his 80s by then. Anyway, this Swiss-French guy, he built those 2 houses there, look. Me and the missus actually once looked at a place on that cul-de-sac right there, many years back, but he built these 2 houses, and in his retirement he lived here, and he spent every day up and down this beach, just this bit from about there up to the far end up there, and he kept it clean of, well, stuff like this, plastic and rubbish and everything. We used to go and sit and have a coffee in this cafe. Like I said, I've always liked rustic places, real places, places that haven't been Instagrammed up or polished up for the camera, you know. It's quite natural. It's called a tide, so I do like a nice polished beach, don't get me wrong, I'm not being a dickhead. I'll just say I don't mind this, it doesn't offend me. I like the realness of, you know, geezer out there going fishing and another guy out there fishing already. Just good, honest people going about their business, really. Almost 25 years ago we would have met this guy, and he lived in one of these and he was trying to rent the other one out. Not sure if he ever did. But anyway, the houses are still here as he built them, and could still give someone a lovely property and a rental. Look, there's two, both for sale. Look, that's number one there, and that's your beach. You'd probably get that bit of land there or do something with it if you wanted to, I'm sure. And that's it, look. 063 929 6969. Soon Hock Sam, Gao Song Gao, Hock Gao. Soon Ped, soon, Jet CC, soon Sam Nung. And for English, look. It's got a little pool there. Anyway, didn't see those bloody huge dogs, did I?
I think the actual palace, Hat Chao Samran Palace, may have been located either next to the temple or where I personally think it was located right where the Swiss guys' houses are today. The palace was called known as the Palace of Love and Hope, and the thing is, that French guy spent decades clearing a certain part of the beach every day for decades in front of his houses. I've got a feeling the part of the beach that he cleaned every day was the bit where the palace was. Anyway, it was made of golden teak, and at least 50% of it was used to construct that new palace. Anyway, Rama VI's first choice was Phetchaburi, the royal town of Phetchaburi, but on the coastline, just like Rama V and Rama IV before him, who built the palace on Khao Wang in the centre of Phetburi town. This town has an awful lot of royal connections, going back probably over 1500 years, and I think I know why. I shall elucidate that fact in a future video. But for now, let's enjoy this wonderful, wonderful province. In the next couple of videos, I want to show you a slice of the School of Phet, or the School of Muang Phet. But for now we're going to have, we sat here on the beach and we looked for a hotel. 3 or 4 there that I thought, maybe we'll go there. We had a pretty small budget this time. Was going to stay at the Sun Hotel because I know that looks directly over Khao Wang, but then I thought, monkeys. There's loads of monkeys in that area. So we chose this new hotel. Turns out to be a bit of a winner, really. It's rock themed, and you'll see here, look, in my room, for example, that's my favourite guitarist up there. This is a nice place. It cost about 650 baht. Bargain.
It's alright that this is supposed to be like a nice bready brown. Yeah, that's not bread. It's very much a poo brown.
Mate, I'm doing this. I've got blood. You've got Sidemen on in the background, mate, haven't you?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. If you're driving, round the corner, you have to play smart. Exactly, to get some more customers quicker, and that one spoiler is there. It's a bit pokey in there. Yeah. It's a bit small, but like, it also doesn't look as appealing.
I mean, mate, these are good, aren't they?
Yeah.
The bone just pops up.
Eat on me. Eat
Like what?
on me. Eat on me. Eat on
Show me.
During the interview, stop. I didn't want to stop.
Get it.